A good Saturday morning to you. Maybe you slept in today. Hope you did. Hope you're having your coffee and having your time in prayer with God. Last week, or yesterday, I talked to you about Psalms 118. And I said I'd give you another installment today. Now, I'm reminding you that this is called the Hallel. Psalms 113 through 118 are called the Hallel. And they sing this every year at Passover. So Passover, at the end of Passover, they sing these two sets of psalms, if you will. I'd like to read a verse to you. Psalms 118, verses 22, 23, and 24. I want to remind you that at the Last Supper, when Jesus had gone through the cups of wine and broke the bread, and then it says they sang a hymn and went out. This is the hymn that he sang, the Hallel. This is the last words that Jesus sang as he left the upper room to go to the Garden of Gethsemane. Listen carefully. The stone which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. This is the Lord's doing. It's marvelous in our eyes. This is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I want you to consider Jesus just before he leaves, just as he's leaving the upper room, going to the cross. He says several things. First of all, he says, the stone the builders rejected, that's him. He knows he's the stone that the builders are rejecting. He will eventually become the chief cornerstone. In the kingdom of God, the church has a chief cornerstone, which is Christ, and the foundation are the apostles and prophets. That's the first thing he says when he goes out of the door. Second thing he says is, whatever's about to happen, this is the Lord's doing. And it's whatever it is, it's marvelous in his eyes. It's hard to understand how Christ could look at the cross and say, it's God's doing and it's marvelous. But he does that exactly. The final thing he says is this. This is the day, Lord, you've made. I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. Went to the cross for you and I. Walked out of the room to the valley. From the valley to the hill. From the hill to heaven. From the hill to hell. From hell to heaven. He did all that for you. And what God says is, it's marvelous in your eyes, Father. And this is the day. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to shrink back from it. I'm going to press in because this is the day that you've made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. So today, if Christ can do all that, then today you and I can look at the day square in the eye and say, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice in this day.